Welcome to G Fun Facts Online, the show that digs deep into the most fascinating corners of science and history. When you picture the age of dinosaurs, what comes to mind? Towering giants, right? Creatures like the colossal Apatosaurus shaking the ground, or the fearsome Allosaurus ruling as the apex predator. For over a century, these prehistoric giants have defined our image of the Jurassic period. But what if I told you that the story is far more complex, and that some of the most exciting new discoveries are not about giants, but about the little guys who lived in their shadows? Today, we're heading to the rugged landscapes of Colorado, to a place called the Morrison Formation, a treasure trove of Jurassic secrets. Here, scientists have recently unearthed a creature that's rewriting the rulebook, a nimble, dog-sized dinosaur that scurried through a world of behemoths. This is the story of Enigmacursor mollyborthwickae, the mysterious runner, and how it's opening a brand new window into a world far more diverse than we ever imagined. Our story begins in 2021 in the rocky outcrops of Moffat County, Colorado. A team from a private fossil company was exploring the area when they stumbled upon a partial skeleton. The fossil was remarkably well preserved, not crushed flat over millions of years, but in 3 dimensions, giving it a rare, lifelike quality. It included teeth, vertebrae, and crucial limb bones. The initial thought was that they had found a specimen of Dinosaurus, another small dinosaur known from the Morrison Formation. But the story was about to take a fascinating turn. The fossil was acquired by the prestigious Natural History Museum in London. There, paleontologists Susanna Maidment and Paul Barrett began a detailed analysis. They meticulously compared every bone, every tooth, every fragment to known species. Their conclusion, published in the journal Royal Society Open Science, was a bombshell for the paleontological community. This wasn't Dinosaurus at all. It was an entirely new genus and species. They named it Enigmacursor mollyborthwickae. The name itself is a fantastic piece of storytelling. Enigmacursor combines the Latin words for enigma, or mystery, and cursor, meaning runner, a mysterious runner. It perfectly captures the creature's elusive nature and its inferred speed. The second part of the name, mollyborthwickae, honors Molly Borthwick, a generous donor whose contribution made it possible for the museum to acquire this priceless specimen, ensuring it would be available for science and for the public for generations to come. So what did this mysterious runner actually look like? Forget the city bus-sized sauropods. Imagine a creature about the size of a Labrador retriever. It would have been about a meter, or just over 3 feet long, and stood about half a meter, or 1.6 feet tall at the hip. Unlike the lumbering, 4-legged giants, Enigmacursor was a lightly built, 2-legged herbivore. Its long, slender hind legs are a dead giveaway that this animal was built for speed. It was an agile runner, perfectly adapted to darting through the undergrowth, making a quick escape from the formidable predators that shared its world. The skeleton, while incomplete, offers tantalizing clues. The vertebrae in its spine weren't fully fused together, which suggests this particular individual wasn't a fully grown adult. It was likely a juvenile or a young adult when it died some 150 million years ago. While we don't have its skull, a few of its teeth were found, and they tell us it was a herbivore, browsing on the lush ferns and other low-lying vegetation that covered the Jurassic floodplains. The discovery of Enigmacursor is huge, and not just because it adds a new name to the dinosaur family tree. It points to what scientists call cryptic diversity. This means there was a hidden variety of small-bodied dinosaurs that we're only just beginning to uncover. For a long time, the fossil record of the Morrison Formation was dominated by giants, leading to the assumption that small dinosaurs were rare. Enigmacursor challenges that, suggesting these smaller creatures were a much more diverse and important part of the ecosystem than we previously thought. To truly appreciate this discovery, we need to zoom out and look at the world it inhabited. The Morrison Formation is a legendary place in the world of paleontology, It's a vast expanse of sedimentary rock that stretches across the western United States, dating back to the late Jurassic period, about 156 to 146 million years ago. During this time, this region wasn't mountainous like it is today. It was a vast, semi-arid plain, crisscrossed by rivers, streams, and seasonal lakes. This environment was prone to periodic, powerful floods. While disastrous for the animals living there, these floods were perfect for fossilization. They buried the remains of dinosaurs and other creatures in layers of mud and sand, protecting them from scavengers and the elements, and allowing them to mineralize over millions of years, turning bone into rock. The result is one of the richest fossil beds on the planet, a remarkable snapshot of a vibrant and dynamic ecosystem. And this ecosystem was ruled by giants. Colorado is rightly known as Dinosaur Central because of the titans found here. You have the iconic Stegosaurus, which is actually Colorado's state fossil, with its famous backplates and fearsome spiked tail. You have the long-necked sauropods, Diplodocus and Apatosaurus, some of the largest animals to ever walk the earth. Their immense skeletons are centerpieces in museums worldwide. And hunting them all was the apex predator, Allosaurus, a huge carnivorous dinosaur with a massive skull packed with sharp serrated teeth. Add in Brachiosaurus, with its giraffe-like neck and long front legs, and you have a world of giants. The presence of these titans, alongside a little runner like Enigmacursor, paints a picture of a complex food web. The huge herbivores were the high browsers, eating from the tops of trees. Smaller herbivores like Enigmacursor were the low browsers, eating the plants closer to the ground. They occupied different ecological niches, coexisting in this prehistoric landscape. But Enigmacursor wasn't the only small dinosaur darting around. To make the story even richer, we have to introduce another little guy from Colorado, Fruitadens haagarorum. Discovered back in the 1970s near the town of Fruita, Colorado, Fruitadens is one of the smallest ornithischian dinosaurs ever found. An adult was tiny, only about 70 centimeters or 28 inches long, and weighed less than a kilogram or about 2 pounds. It was barely bigger than a squirrel. Its name means fruit of teeth, and its teeth tell a different story than Enigmacursor's. Fruitadens had different types of teeth in its jaw, including strange, canine-like tusks at the front. This suggests it was an omnivore, eating not just plants, but also insects and maybe other small animals. So in the same ecosystem, you had at least 2 small bipedal runners. One, Enigmacursor, was a strict herbivore. The other, the much smaller Fruitadens, was an omnivore. They weren't in direct competition. They were living different lives, specializing in different food sources, showcasing the incredible complexity and diversity that thrived in the shadows of the giants. This rich history of discovery in Colorado has its own dramatic backstory. In the late 19th century, the region became a key battleground in the infamous Bone Wars. This was a fierce scientific feud between 2 leading paleontologists, Othniel Charles Marsh and Edward Drinker Cope. They were locked in a frantic race to discover and name as many new dinosaur species as possible. While their rivalry could be acrimonious and even destructive, it led to a golden age of discovery, unearthing many of those famous giants like Stegosaurus and Allosaurus for the first time. In more recent times, the focus has expanded. Paleontologists are now looking for the full story, which includes the small and often overlooked creatures. The Fruita paleontological area, where Fruitadens was found, is a perfect example. This small, but incredibly rich site has given us fossils of lizards, crocodiles, early mammals, and of course, tiny dinosaurs, painting a much more complete picture of the Jurassic food web. The journey of the Enigmacursor fossil is a perfect illustration of how science works. It starts with that painstaking excavation in the field, where every piece of rock is carefully removed. Then, it's transported to a lab for preparation, where technicians spend hundreds, sometimes thousands of hours, meticulously cleaning the fossil. removing the surrounding rock matrix grain by grain with tiny tools. Only then can the real scientific investigation begin. Paleontologists like Maidment and Barrett study the anatomy, comparing it to other fossils, looking for unique features. This is the detective work that allowed them to identify Enigmacursor as something new to science. The final steps are publishing the findings to share the knowledge with the world and housing the fossil in a museum where it becomes a scientific treasure. The Enigmacursor skeleton is now on display at the Natural History Museum in London, a testament to this entire process. The discovery of Enigmacursor mollyborthwickae is a powerful reminder that the age of dinosaurs is not a closed book. Even in a place as well studied as the Morrison Formation, there are still mysteries waiting to be unearthed. Each new fossil, whether it's a towering giant or a mysterious little runner, adds a crucial piece to the puzzle of our planet's deep past. The story of this dog-sized dinosaur from Colorado isn't just a fun fact. It's a story about the incredible diversity of life, the vastness of geologic time, and our own enduring quest to understand the world that came before us. And it leaves us with a thrilling question. What other secrets are still out there, buried in the rock, waiting for the next discovery? Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online.